Hi there, Joel Heath from Glass Mountains here. So in this episode we're going to look at what screencasting is, why we find it useful and how it might be useful for you. Now with the Glass Mountains team, we're all distributed, so we're all over the place. We've been fully remote in that way for many years now, and screencasting is one of the tools which can really help speed up the communication internally, and it's also very useful to client communication as well. So what is screencasting? The easiest way to show that is actually to show you a screencast where we discuss this. So let's have a look at that next.
Screencast is basically where you record the screen because you're trying to sort of convey some information or to explain how to do something to somebody, and invariably the person can see where the mouse moves. I think if I click with this app, it'll also show you where you've clicked. So it's very good for explaining things. Yeah, very good for explaining, very good for demonstrating it. And as you can see here, you can show a video as well if need be. Sadly, the video can't do much about my double chin, but we are where we are with that. So that's basically what a screencast is. We'll show another video later on with how you actually record a screencast with the tool we're using here, which is Loom.
Okay, so you can see with the screencast, now you can hear what I'm saying, and you can watch what I'm doing. You can see where that mouse moves. You can easily, you can even see my face there if need be, because on a lot of video, and a lot of the kind of screencasts, or when I explain to people, it's just a human trait that seeing a human face just it helps convey a bit more information. It helps certainly convey trust. Now, funny enough, you know, a lot of these tools, you don't necessarily have to have the video showing. And I think in the other screencast, which I show later on in this video, it shows you just having a still image instead of a video. Now, all these different tools for screencasts have different facilities. The tool we are using here is called Loom, and we'll take a look at that. We'll take that look next, really. So there are other tools. I think there is a pro version to Loom, but basically you can use the free version, and that's got all the tools built into it that you're going to need to create these kind of screencasts. It works as a plug-in to, say, Chrome. I think there is actually a downloadable program you can use on PC and Windows. I've never needed to use that though. It all works just fine from the browser in Loom. So if we can have a look at, let's have a look at how you actually create a screencast once you've got Loom installed, just to give you a bit more insight there. So let's take a look at that then.
So once you have Loom installed on your web browser, you'll notice you've got a little button in the toolbar area. If you click that, it'll bring up a window of options. You can either record the screen and the camera or the screen only. I'll leave it on screen only for the moment, in which case you should see a little picture of me in the bottom left. And you can either choose the full desktop or the current tab you are on. That's completely up to you. Then you click screen recording, start recording, and it brings up a screen which allows you to choose which screen you want to record. I suppose if you've got multiple monitors, maybe you'll see multiple screens here. I think I only ever see the one. So click that and click share. It gives you a little countdown. And then you know when you can begin. And I won't do much here. I'll just scroll around this page a little, highlight some text. Now I'll be talking over the video. And then when you've finished recording, go back up to the browser bar and simply click it again. And what it'll do then, it'll open up into a new tab on the unique link for that video. So you can either copy that link directly there. In fact, I think it's already put it into your copy buffer, so you could just Control V and paste it, but no, if you want to be old school, grab the link from there and you can email it to whoever you want. Now, if what you're doing is, it's got some privacy or personal issues, maybe you're screencasting a sales spreadsheet with lots of email addresses and stuff on, but you don't want that to be public. So of the options that are here, the most useful one, I think, is that add password here. So just click add password, drop in whatever you want. You got to put it in there twice, so that Then, if you sent somebody that link, you would have to give them the password as well. And there we go. It is that straightforward.
So yeah, it is that straightforward. If I just go through some of the use cases now, just to maybe give you some food for thought about how you might use it in your business. Internally, it's very, very useful to us. As I've already said, all our team are remote. They're all dotted around the UK. We've got Kieran, one of the Irish designers, and he lives in Berlin. So you can't just wander across the office and tap somebody on the shoulder and show them. The way of showing somebody is to record a quick video. So it could be that one of the designers is not sure how to implement a feature of the design into WordPress and they need one of the developers to look at it, or maybe somebody spotted a problem with a site internally and we want to show that to somebody. So the best way to do it there, record a quick screencast and just to send them the link. It's not just the simplicity of sending the screencast there. What I tend to find is that if you try to explain on an email a problem with a website or something like that, it'll just take forever. And you might end up using screenshots to show as well. So if you're going to go that far, just record a video just to help. You'll get your point across so much quicker. We also use it with clients. So obviously with part of what we do a lot of designing WordPress sites. That'll be a new website. It might be a redesign, or we might be designing new sections for a website or new assets. Let's say they've just created a new blog section. They want some banners for that. So invariably with that, we'll have created a static design mockup for it first, which we're going to want client feedback on. Now, we won't just send the design mockup to the client, because on its own, it'll be a little dry. What we much prefer to do, certainly on website designs themselves, is to send them a screencast where we walk them through the design, we talk them through why we've made certain decisions, what's changeable, how we see certain things working, and that gives a lot more rich information than simply sending a mock-up on its own. Now, we invariably will need to jump on the phone and have maybe a Zoom session or something like that with the client to talk it through in even more detail. But if we've expressed to them our general thoughts in terms of the design with a screencast or whatever it is, then we're already aligned and the client's already understanding our general thinking before you jump on a call. So you've got less sort of understanding and orientation when you actually get onto that call, and you can get straight down to the issue at hand. We look after a lot of websites for clients, WordPress sites, so there's lots of ongoing management and maintenance. So maybe a client wants a plugin installed, or they've forgotten how to change the menu, or they want to do this, or they want to work out how to, change the shipping rules in WooCommerce. The first thing that we'll tend to do is to record a screencast, because showing people is a lot easier. Going back to what I said earlier, showing people is a lot easier to do than trying to do points written out on an email. I mean, where that makes sense, feel free to do it, but demonstrating is normally a heck of a lot quicker. And if this is something which the client is likely to ask for again, then what we'll additionally do is not just send the client the link to the screencast. We will take that link and we will embed it within a private documentation area within their website. So whenever they or somebody from their team asks that same question again, their first port of call is to go to that documentation area, watch the screencast again, and then they can solve their own problem there. So the final pro tip is, again, what we mentioned in that video is that password protection. A lot of the times that you might not be bothered if there is no password on it, if there's no privacy issues. However, let's say you're sharing something which has got some sensitive content. Maybe you're screencasting your thoughts about the latest sales and marketing spend, a spreadsheet for some department heads to comment on. Well, that's the kind of thing which will need a bit more privacy about it. So use the password protection there just to help give you a bit more granularity of control in terms of visibility. So thanks for listening and watching me today talk about Loom. If you want to follow any further, obviously we've got the blog on the Glass Mountains website. All these links will be in the show notes. We'll occasionally put videos where it makes sense onto our YouTube channel where you are here. And we've also got the podcast, which again I'll put into the show notes. Thanks for tuning in today. If there's any particular WordPress or website issues you'd like us to look at, please just get in touch, and if we can produce content on it, we will. Thanks again, guys.